In the year 4527 CE, on a planet once known as Earth, but now called Dirtball X7 by the Galactic Archaeological Society, a team of alien researchers made a discovery that would shake the foundations of their understanding of ancient civilizations. Dr. Zorp, a tentacled xanthroporian with a penchant for Earth's extinct fauna, particularly the elusive giraffe, waved his appendages in excitement. Colleagues, gather round. We've stumbled upon an archive of primitive Earth art. His team of mismatched aliens crowded around a sealed container, their various eye stalks, antennae, and sensory organs twitching with anticipation. With great care, Zorp opened the container, revealing hundreds of colorful, flat objects. "Behold," he announced, "the sacred tablets of the Earthlings." Assistant researcher Blurp, a gelatinous mass of purple goo, oozed closer to inspect the find. Fascinating. Such vibrant pigments. Surely these must have been created by their most skilled artisans. Little did they know they were looking at a collection of kindergarten drawings that had somehow survived the ages, preserved in a time capsule buried by an elementary school in 2025. Dr. Zorp carefully lifted one of the tablets with his suction cup fingers. "Look at this one. It appears to depict a great battle between a gigantic yellow beast and a stick figure army." The image in question was, of course, a crayon drawing of a smiling sun and a family stick figure portrait, but the aliens were none the wiser. "Remarkable," exclaimed Professor Squiggle, an octopus-like being specializing in extinct human languages. "The yellow creature must be their sun god, Ra. And those smaller figures, perhaps they represent the pharaohs of Egypt." Blurp gurgled in agreement. Yes. And see how the sun god smiles benevolently upon its worshippers. Truly, the humans must have been a deeply spiritual species. As the team continued to examine the drawings, their misinterpretations grew more and more outlandish. A crayon scribble of a cat became clear evidence of the humans' genetically engineered super soldiers, a childish depiction of a rainbow was declared proof of their weather control technology, and a stick figure family standing in front of a house, obviously a representation of their caste system and architectural prowess. Dr. Zorp was beside himself with excitement. "Colleagues, we're witnessing history. These tablets will revolutionize our understanding of human civilization." Meanwhile, in the great beyond, the spirits of countless human children were doubled over in fits of laughter. As news of their discovery spread, archaeologists and researchers from across the galaxy flocked to Dirtball X7. The crayon drawings became the subject of countless papers, debates, and even a few interstellar wars. The Great Macaroni Art Schism of 4529 was particularly nasty. One day, a junior researcher named Pip, a small, fuzzy creature with enormous eyes, approached Dr. Zorp with a question. "Sir, I've been studying these tablets, and something doesn't quite add up." Zorp's tentacles curled in interest. "Oh? Do tell, young Pip." Pip nervously shuffled his feet. "Well, sir, according to our records, humans had highly advanced technology. They traveled to their moon, created artificial intelligence, and even had devices called smartphones that could access all of their species' knowledge. But these tablets, they seem—" "Yes," Zorp prompted. ... Primitive Pip finished quietly. The room fell silent. Other researchers turned to stare at Pip, their various appendages quivering in shock. Dr. Zorp's eye stalks narrowed. "Are you suggesting, Pip, that millennia of research could be wrong?" Pip gulped. "And no, sir. It's just—" "Well, look at this one." He pointed to a crayon drawing of a rocket ship that looked more like a lopsided carrot with flames coming out the bottom. Would a species capable of space travel depict their vessels like this? The room erupted in murmurs and agitated tentacle waving. Professor Squiggle oozed over, his gelatinous form jiggling with indignation. Preposterous. This is clearly an abstract representation. The humans were known for their avant-garde art movements. This piece obviously belongs to the neo-Dadaist kindergarten school of thought. But Pip stood his ground. "And what about this one?" He held up a drawing of a house with legs. "Our archaeological digs have never uncovered evidence of ambulatory dwellings." Dr. Zorp's tentacles twisted into knots as he struggled to come up with an explanation. "Well, you see, Pip, that's because... Suddenly, a booming voice filled the room. Oh, for crying out loud. The aliens froze, their various appendages raised comically in mid-gesture. A shimmering figure appeared before them, the quantum ghost of Mrs. Abernethy, the long-dead kindergarten teacher whose class had created these drawings. "You mean to tell me," she said, hands on her spectral hips, "that you've been using my students' art projects as the basis for your understanding of human civilization?" The aliens stared in shock, their mouths those that had them hanging open. Mrs. Abernethy floated over to the crayon drawings. "This sacred tablet you're holding? That's little Timmy's drawing of his family vacation to Florida. And this weather control device? That's just Sally's rainbow picture. She always did love coloring outside the lines." The aliens looked at each other in confusion and embarrassment. "Doctor." Zorp's tentacles drooped. But the advanced technology? The space travel?" Mrs. Abernethy sighed. "Yes, we had all that. But we also had children. Creative, imaginative, crayon-wielding children who didn't care one whit about accurate representations of technology." She floated around the room, pointing out various drawings. "This isn't a battle scene, it's a soccer game. That's not a super soldier, it's Mr. Whiskers, the class pet. And for heaven's sake, that's not a representation of social castes, it's just Susie's family standing in front of their house." The aliens listened in stunned silence as Mrs. Abernethy continued her impromptu art class from beyond the grave. Slowly, understanding dawned on their faces or equivalent sensory organs. "Doctor." Zorp's tentacles curled in embarrassment. "So, you're saying, we've based our entire understanding of human civilization on the artistic endeavors of human larvae?" Mrs. Abernethy nodded. "Yep. Gold star for you, Doc." The room erupted in chaos. Aliens were running around, tearing up research papers and dramatically fainting onto their gelatinous colleagues. Years of misguided research crumbled before their eyes. But young Pip stepped forward, his enormous eyes shining with curiosity. "Mrs. Abernethy, if these aren't accurate representations of human life, what are they?" The ghostly teacher smiled. "Their imagination, dear. Creativity. The building blocks of human innovation and art. Sure, we had fancy gadgets and big rockets, but it all started with the ability to dream, to see the world not just as it was, but as it could be." She gestured to the crayon drawings. "These might look simple to you, but they represent the beginnings of human creativity. Today's wobbly house drawing could be tomorrow's architectural breakthrough. That scribbly cat might inspire a future artist. And who knows? Maybe that carrot rocket sparked the imagination of a child who grew up to design real spaceships." The aliens looked at the drawings with newfound respect. "Doctor." Zorp's tentacles uncurled slightly. "So, you're saying that these children's drawings are actually more valuable than accurate historical documents?" Mrs. Abernethy nodded. "In a way, yes. They show you not just what we were, but what we could imagine. And for humans, imagination was everything." As the implications sank in, the aliens began to see the crayon drawings in a new light. They weren't just childish scribbles, they were windows into the very essence of humanity, the ability to dream, create, and see the world through fresh eyes. "Doctor." Zorp turned to his team, his eye stalks gleaming with excitement. "My colleagues, we have much work to do. We must re-examine everything we thought we knew about humans. But more importantly, we must learn to see the universe through their eyes with wonder, creativity, and an anything-is-possible attitude." And so, the great crayon conundrum of 4527 became a turning point in galactic archaeology. The aliens learned that sometimes the most profound truths come not from advanced technology or complex artifacts, but from the simple, unbridled imagination of a child with a box of crayons. As for Mrs. Abernethy's ghost, she stuck around for a while, giving the aliens crash courses in finger painting, macaroni art, and the fine art of hanging drawings on the refrigerator. And if you listen closely on quiet nights, you might just hear her spectral voice echoing through the cosmos. "Remember, class, there are no mistakes in art, only happy accidents."